Hi, I'm Jackie. I'm a mom and a preschool teacher, and I make videos that help parents and other child caregivers navigate difficult situations with their children. This video is all about explaining how emotions work and how it relates to brain states so that you can better understand your toddler and help navigate difficult situations when they arise. In this video, I talk about toddlers because I have a toddler and I also teach toddlers in my preschool. However, this information can be applied to any age child, including teenagers, adults, and even yourself. If you find that you're having a hard time with lashing out and you don't know why, or you're dealing with temper tantrums from your toddler over and over and over, and you don't know how to help or what else to do, this video might be really helpful. There are three brain states: rational, emotional, and survival. Children's brains are rapidly developing between the ages of newborn and 2. Their brains are changing all the time. And this is a great time to work on strengthening the connection between the different parts of their brains. To make it really easy to understand, I like to refer to all these different brain states as a color spectrum. We're going to use a simple color code: green, yellow, and red. Green is higher thinking, normal, rational thought. Yellow is your emotional brain, and red is survival. So let's go into a little bit more detail about what all this means. So let's talk about green. Green, it's normal, it's baseline. You are using the higher centers of your brain. You are thinking, you are creating, you might be feeling happy, calm, peaceful, excited, neutral. The rational side of your brain comes from your prefrontal cortex, and this is where rational thought happens. This is where creativity happens, playfulness, rational thought, and higher thinking. And this is the state of mind a child is in when they're playing, singing, dancing, exploring, experimenting, or doing all the weird types of things that toddlers like to do.
If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet.
Yellow is when the emotional part of your brain takes over. This could give you feelings like mild anxiety, being on edge, being bothered, being frustrated, being just kind of annoyed or feeling off, and you don't really know why. The emotional part of your brain comes from your limbic system, specifically the hippocampus and the amygdala. A toddler would express this state of mind by being cranky, irritable, fussy, annoyed, or just really whiny. And finally, there is your survival state, and this happens in the brainstem. Your brain is just trying to protect you from whatever threat is happening, whether it's real or whether it's imagined. This is your sympathetic nervous system, and when the fight or flight response turns on. If you are in red, you might be feeling anger, rage, panic, extreme anxiety. You might be feeling shut down because your body is trying to make you fight or flee. And in a toddler, you would see temper tantrums, biting, kicking, screaming, screeching, curling up into a ball when you try to pick them up, running away, or scratching. I have a couple of videos about how to handle some of those difficult situations in my channel, so you can go to my videos and check out some different videos that I have posted. Basically, when a child or a toddler is in red, they're acting like their lives are in danger because that's literally how they are feeling. So after seeing how these emotional states work and how it relates to your brain states, you can better understand how to navigate a situation when your child is upset. If a child is stuck in yellow, say they're overtired and they are a little hungry, then they're going to really have a hard time getting back down to green and staying there. If things start going their way, they're likely to go back into green and start playing again. And the second things stop going their way, it sends them into red, and this is where a temper tantrum happens. And I have a whole video explaining how to navigate a temper tantrum in the description box below. And you can better navigate a situation when your child starts misbehaving. Misbehavior is a sign that the child is missing a skill. They don't know how to do something, and they're likely not in green. So how do you get a child who is misbehaving or who is upset, how do you get them back into green? Well, it's a lot easier than you think. It just takes 4 steps. And I have a whole video going into these steps in more details with some examples so you can clearly see how this works. The first step is identifying what their emotion is and why they're feeling it. 2, validating the emotion and giving it a name. 3 is deep breathing so that they can oxygen to their brain and come down. And finally, 4, problem solve and teach a new skill. By teaching a toddler how to get back to green over and over and over, you are strengthening their ability to self-regulate. And in my classroom, my primary focus is to teach my toddlers emotional regulation and self-control and give them tools so that they can learn how to solve problems. Problems like how to share, how to be assertive, how to say no, how to wait their turn, how to calm down, and how to communicate. If I don't understand why one of my kids is freaking out because they can't use the purple marker, then I'm not going to be able to help them come back down and then learn what they need to do to ask. And I can only teach my toddler these important skills if I understand that toddlers spend a lot of their time in yellow and in red, and they don't yet know how to come back down to green without some guidance. Now let's extend this to adults. Adults who are able to self-regulate are less likely to resort to maladaptive coping mechanisms like addictions and abusive behaviors. And they're also less likely to be highly emotional people and just kind of really hard to be around. So in part 2, I'm going to explain all about how to make your own color spectrum of emotions so that you can see how this works and how it relates to you personally. I hope that this was helpful. I wish you peace, love, health, and joy.